On Monday, September 21, 2020, the 24th virtual flag raising was hosted by the Misamis Oriental Provincial Internal Audit Department or MOPIAD. Just like the other offices, they also brandished their achievements this year. In the course of the regular Monday activity, Dr. Jerry Kalingasan, the head of the Provincial Task Force for COVID-19, asked the members of the Misamis Oriental Department Heads Association or MODHA to immediately report to his office any employee showing signs and symptoms of coronavirus. He warned department heads not complying to this directive to face sanctions from Governor Bambi should they fail to submit a detailed report of the said incident. The said warning was released to prevent further transmission of the said virus to other workers in the provincial capital. Furthermore, a ceremonial turnover of 150,000 financial assistance was held. The province of Misamis Oriental, through Governor Bambi and Provincial Cooperative Officer Alberto Boboy Akain, turned over a check of the said amount to United Livestock Raisers Cooperative or ULIRCO. The said financial aid was personally received by the chairman of ULIRCO, Mr. Wilfredo Perez, who said that the amount will be used to produce and procure corn silage to feed the cows. He conveyed his appreciation to Governor Bambi for helping them boost their livelihood even in this time of health emergency. The governor is committed to ramp up its efforts in reviving local economy by helping individuals and organizations who need his help the most. Additionally, during the Monday activity was the oath-taking ceremony of the newly appointed barangay chairwoman of Barangay Maputi in the municipality of Naawan. Former 1st Barangay Councilor Honorable Marisa Velez took her oath administered by no less than the Governor Bambi Emano. This after the untimely passing of Punong Barangay Ernesto Gaid. Velez assured the province officials that she will serve the public's best interest, especially in these challenging times. Late Monday afternoon, another batch of capital employees from different offices have been granted regular status and has been promoted by the provincial government in line with the governor's thrust to provide job security and promote excellence in public service. Governor Bambi said his administration will make sure to retain current employees who have consistently delivered outstanding service by rewarding them with the security of tenure and promotion. In this regard, all applications were reviewed and evaluated by the Human Resource Development Office to ensure that candidates were qualified under the civil service guidelines. Newly promoted employees extend their felicitations to Governor Bambi.
Daghan gid salamat gyud nga imo ming gi-promote. Imo kong gi-promote. Isip ko sa regular employee diri sa Kapitolyo. Manghinaot ko gyud nga daghan pagayong katuigan nga moabot sa imong kinabuhi. Daghan pa kay tao nang hinahanglan sa imong panabaw. Sa ako agob, daghan kaayong salamat.
It was also on Monday that Governor Bambi and the provincial government of Misamis Oriental sponsored the presidential press briefing held at Rosario Pavilion, Limketcay Mall, Cagayan de Oro City. During the activity, Governor Bambi gave an update on the COVID situation of Misamis Oriental and shared the best practices of the provincial task force headed by Chief Dr. Jerry Kalingasan as to why the spread of COVID-19 has been relatively controlled in the province. Secretary Roque praised Governor Bambi and described Misamis Oriental as a model LGU that other local government units should replicate. Furthermore, Secretary Roque outlined the Provincial Task Force for COVID-19 and Governor Bambi's sincerity in safeguarding Misamis Oriental due to the request for upgrading the quarantine classification of the province. The Presidential Secretary said it is unusual for an LGU to request such matters, proving once more the governor's decisiveness and promised to follow up its development from the national IATF.
I'm very impressed po, no? Because very seldom do you find a province wanting tighter quarantine classification. It only shows the determination of the local government unit of Ms. Orr to actually take all steps to minimize the number of COVID cases.
Finally, on Monday, September 21, the Provincial Disaster Risk Reduction Team, headed by Fernando Vincent D. Jr., conducted emergency transport of a Capital employee suffering from abdominal pain and diarrhea. Without delay, PDRRMO responders transported the sick patient to preferred tertiary hospital for further medical evaluation and treatment. After the transfer, the team immediately disinfected the vehicle to refrain from any possible contamination of the deadly virus. Furthermore, Mr. D expressed his appreciation and thanks to Governor Bambi for beefing up the response team by adding 7 highly trained responders to its current fold. Mr. D emphasized the additional staff will be of great help, especially this time that the province is facing an increase of COVID-positive patients from all over Misamis Oriental. On September 22, 2020, Tuesday, the Security Committee Against COVID-19 conducted a 2-day safety and security orientation for the Capital security personnel at the Provincial Training Center. The orientation is an effort to equip the Capital Security Force with additional knowledge and skills that will enhance their competency in protecting themselves against COVID-19 while at the same time protecting the provincial capital properties, employees, and the public. Adhering to the Provincial Task Force and GYVBE's overall COVID strategy, the orientation was the brainchild of Provincial Jail Warden Dominador Tagarda, Miss Ortel Manager Rene Gingging, and Jerome G. Mundo, Co-Chairman and Chairman of the Security Committee Against COVID-19, respectively. For his part, Warden Dominador Tagarda hopes that the Capital security personnel will effectively implement what they have learned to protect not only themselves but also the people of Misamis Oriental in their daily transactions within the Capital compound. Also on Tuesday, the Food Committee, headed by the Provincial Social Welfare and Development Office, escorted by the Provincial Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Office, distributed 504 food packs to the local government of Mantikau. The team, headed by Junleymar Abella, said these food packs will be given to 149 families of Purukwan, Barangay Silom, in the said municipality whose area is under localized focus containment because of COVID-19. On Wednesday, September 23, 2020, the Provincial Early Childhood Care and Development Office joins the entire nation in celebrating the National Family Week. Ms. Meriden Lilay Okot, PECCD head, shared her gentle reminder to not take families for granted and focus on the needs and growth of young children so they could come out of this crisis as strong as possible. Thursday, September 24, 2020, PSWD staff distributed another round of food packs. This time, a total of 800 food packs were delivered to 2 municipalities in this province. On board PDRRMO's vehicle, the team unloaded 300 food stuff to the local government of Initao and was received by Initao Mayor Enerito Acain. On that same day, the team went straight to Taguluan and turned over 500 food assistance to Balay Ninochka or the Provincial Governor's Extension Office and was received by Miss Elizabeth Obaob. According to Mr. Junleymar Abella, all this assistance shall be distributed to those affected by the local containment due to COVID-19. Also on Thursday, the Regional Development Council Region 10 Infrastructure and Utilities Development Committee conducted its 3rd quarterly meeting via video conferencing through Google Meet. The activity was hosted by the Provincial Government of Misamis Oriental and National Economic and Development Authority Region 10. Governor Bambi, as the chairperson of Infracom 10 and presiding officer, also attended the conference and discussed matters like its plans, proposals, and actions for economic sustainable urban development within Northern Mindanao amid the crisis in this time of pandemic. On Friday, September 25, 2020, the chairman of the Committee on Agriculture, board member Eric Koo, attended the ceremonial turnover of the newly completed multi-purpose drying pavement or solar dryer to the Mansilop Farmers Association in Sitio Mansilop, Barangay Malanang Opol, who have 40 members and has cultivated 39 hectares of corn. The construction of MPDP, which amounted to 498,727.58, was constructed for only 15 days. Jose Apollo Pacamalan, head of PAGRO, said the beneficiaries of this project passed a thorough deliberation in accordance to the criteria set by the Agricultural Engineering Division of the Provincial Agriculture Office. This agricultural structure will help our farmers in Misamis Oriental improve their yield of production in relation to our goal of food security in the province. Likewise, PAGRO distributed 20 bags of OPV corn seeds or the sigi-sigi seeds to the said association. Still on Friday, in celebration of this year's International Coastal Cleanup activity, the Office of the Provincial Environment and Natural Resources, or PENRO, headed by Engineer Prisco Valmoria, together with his staff, conducted a coastal cleanup activity at PENRO's Mangrove Development Project in Barangay Mulugan, El Salvador City, while following the safety and health protocols mandated by the National IATF to ensure the welfare of the people against the transmission of COVID-19. As one way of giving back to Mother Earth, the office prepared series of activities fit to the new normal, which includes the annual coastal cleanup. Engineer Valmoria said that aside from removing trash and debris in the beaches and waterways, the coastal cleanup will help alleviate certain causes of climate change affecting the country. On the same day, Provincial Agriculture Office, represented by Ms. Michelle Ross Lasse, visited the Ginalaban Farmers Multipurpose Cooperative at Barangay Ginalaban, Salay, Misamis Oriental. The cooperative serves as consolidator of the abaca fiber from the Agrarian Reform Beneficiary Organization, which will then be sold at the New Tech Pulp in Iligan. This is the first time that the company will buy the so-called strongest among all fibers from the province, and its general manager is eyeing Misamis Oriental as top producer of abaca fiber in the region. This aims to augment the income of the farmers, reduce poverty incidents, give livelihood and employment, and to educate the abaca farmers through various trainings and seminars by the PhilFIDA, or the Philippine Fiber Development Authority, in partnership with the Department of Agrarian Reform and LGU MISOR. Aside from providing 30,000 planting materials distributed to abaca farmers around the province, the provincial government under Governor Bambi through PAGRO vowed to support the farmers in its road towards economic recovery. Also on Friday, another 200 food packs were distributed by the Food Committee headed by PSWD to the municipality of Hitagum on board the transport vehicle of PDRRMO. The said food packs was received by the designated MSWDO officer, Ms. Cesaria Zambrano, who will eventually distribute this to affected residents under focus containment. Finally, on Friday, in line with the 46th Philippine Business Conference theme, which is anchored on innovation, the province of Misamis Oriental, through its Provincial Planning and Development Officer Stanley Oriarte, is finalizing its entry to the 2020 Most Business-Friendly LGU provincial level. This year's LGU Awards initiative aims to highlight LGU success stories and best practices that go beyond ordinary to address the overwhelming negative impacts of the current pandemic to the business community. The province received a letter announcing that Misamis Oriental will advance to the final judging of the 2020 Most Business-Friendly LGU Awards. The province will undergo virtual final judging via Zoom and is expected to give a 5-minute audiovisual presentation highlighting the best efforts amid COVID-19. A total of 6,934 Misamisnans, comprising of returning overseas Filipinos and locally stranded individuals, have been assisted by the Travel and Arrival Committee together with the Provincial Public Employment Services Office. From September 18 to 25, the team facilitated the arrival of 106 ROFs and 273 LSIs. Despite the rising cases of local transmission in Misamis Oriental, Governor Bambi Emano will still continue to accept ROFs and LSIs with strong emphasis that health safety protocols must be in place. We are a province of change and innovation, a province of opportunity, and a province that's growing better for all of us who live here. We still have much to do, but we are making terrific progress. The condition of Misamis Oriental is strong. The status of our future is unlimited, and the best will continue to get better. Jinky Rosit, PIO.